Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic.
When you buy your packs of pens, they're already divided into two different colour groups for you. And this is just a little video to show you how to use one stamped image or one digital image to get two different looks from one pack of pens. And for this tutorial, I'm going to be using the browns. Now, from the Crafter's Companion website, you can download the colour blend chart. And if you look on the chart, it tells you that TN7, TN8 and EB8 all work together, and they will give you this kind of shading. And then on the other side, we've got GB8, GB10 and EB5. And working together, they will give you this kind of look. So what I've done is I've printed off my image from Just Ink Lined, and this is just a scruffy little dog, and I'm going to show you how to get the two different looks from one set of pens. Now, whichever group of pens you decide to use, the colouring effect will still be the same. So I'm not going to colour both the dogs in, I'm only going to do one. And I'm going to use GB8, GB10 and EB5. And I'm going to show you how to get this effect on the dog. Now, I'm not going to work on all the image in one go. I'm only going to work on parts of it because I need to keep the surface pretty wet so that the pens will blend. So I'm going to start with EB5 and I'm going to work on the ears first. And I'm just going to look at where the shadows would be on that ear. Now if you look at it, that ear would curve. So I'm just putting in the curve the dark shadows. And that would be along there. And I'm just flicking in the colour, and then once I've done that, I'm going to GB10, which is the middle colour, and I'm just going to flick that colour a little bit further out on the ear. And again, I'm just flicking the colour in, and I'm going to do the same on this side, because this is now where the curve to the ear would be starting to come up to the outer edges. And then with the lightest colour, which is GB8, I'm going to complete the ears right to the end. And that's just blending the colours in together. Now once we've got the curve in the ears, I'm coming into the face, and I'm going to look with EB5 where all the shadows would be on that dog's face, and obviously they would be where his ears are over his face. So I'm just going to flick some of the darker colour in, and because he's a scruffy little dog, I don't want this all nice and neat, so I'm just going in with the EB5 . So once I've placed the shadows, I'm using GB10, and I'm going to blend those shadings out, but not completely, because I want the dog to look scruffy. So I'm just flicking in some colour along the darker edges, and I'm going to work my way over just the face part. Now once I've done that, I'm coming in with the lightest colour, which is GB8, and I'm just going to blend those two colours out. So I'm just flicking the colour in, and that's going to give me a nice blended look for my dog. but it's going to keep him looking rather scruffy. So I'm going to complete just the face part. So once I've got that part done, I'm coming down the chest and I'm just going to look where all the dark shady bits would be, and that would be along there and under his mouth and along the chest where the ruffly hair is. So I'm going to put all these in, and I'm not being neat and tidy, I'm just dropping them in. And then once I've done that, I'm going to blend them out with my other two colours. So with GB10, I'm just going to blend out those colours. And then once I've done that, I'm going over it with the lightest colour, which is GB8, just to blend out all the different shades. Now when you come in with your lightest colour, you can, if you wish, go to the chisel end, because you have quite a big area to cover. I'm just going to turn the drawing round, and then with my chisel I'm just going to go over all the shading that I've just done, and that will just blend everything together. And make my scruffy little dog look neat and tidy. Now once you've done that, you can go back in and just increase the shadow if it's just taking the shadow out just a little bit too much. So just putting the shadows back into the long scruffy bits. Now all I'm doing is taking FS6 and I'm just going to highlight his little tongue and make it pink. And then around his eyes I'm just going to take the darkest shade and I'm just going to blend out the eyes just around the rim and around his mouth. So once you're happy with your blending and you've added some colour to the eyes and the tongue and his nose, you can then decide how you want to add that to your cards. And don't forget, whichever way you've coloured this, even if you use the other collection of pens, you're going to do exactly the same, but the result will be slightly different.